J'Abraham Lincoln here, Microbudgeter.com, and in this second part of a series that we're doing on hiring subcontractors for your video and or film shoots, we're going to look at how in the world do you screen your subcontractors?
There's a burning thing, and it makes a fiery ring.
The very first thing you need to do is accept submissions. Make it easy. Just tell people to email you at whatever it is Gmail you think is a good Gmail for people to reach you at. Step 2. I would go ahead and start at the very top of the funnel when you start getting these potential subcontractors coming your way with some screener questions, such as, what's your day rate? And can you give me 4 to 5 references? Now here's the wisdom to asking for 4 to 5. If you ask for 3, it's just too few. Chances are when you get a collection of references that you then have to call/email, at least one of those people are not going to get back to you. That's why you want to ask for 4 to 5. So you get at least 3 quality references that'll back up this person's work. Step 3. You actually then need to screen these folks that you are engaging with. Once your references have come back with positive information, hopefully, if they tell you they're an 11 out of 10, well, then you got somebody that you probably want to bring into the fold. If they say, well, then you might want to pause. If they don't remember the subcontractor, that's a red flag, and you probably don't want to hire them on your film or video shoot. That happened to me once. Now, the screener questions that you want to ask in the second round of communication with this potential subcontractor, you need to make sure that they don't violate what the EEOC outlines when it comes to hiring people. Now, there's a book called Who by Jeff Smart that I read. It is phenomenal when it comes to screening applications. Some of the questions that you can ask that won't violate any EEOC guidelines are, what do you love most about our industry? What do you love least about our industry? What's your dream job in this industry 5 years, 10 years from now? Questions like that, they'll help break the ice. They'll also establish you as more than just somebody looking to fill a position with a warm body. You're actually looking to build a long-term relationship with this subcontractor. Hopefully, you're thinking long-term, right? Building a team. Another great question you want to ask would be to rate themselves. Specifically, you want to say, if I were to reach out to each of your references, on a scale of 1 to 10 when it comes to your work ethic and your attitude, not to mention your competency at whatever skill set it is you are hiring this person for, you want to say something to that effect of, what's this reference going to rate you on a scale of 1 to 10 when I reach out to him? When I reach out to her, what's she going to say about your work on a scale of 1 to 10? I always had folks be very confident about themselves. I still have people be very confident about themselves. And they say, oh, at least a 9, which is great. You want somebody that's confident. Remember, Muhammad Ali, he always said, I am the greatest. The next step you want to do after you've gone through the references, you've asked these basic screener questions, is I would schedule a live call with them. If you can't meet in person, if that's not feasible right now, then I would go ahead and at the very least do a live call with them. And I mean like a video chat, Skype, FaceTime, Facebook Messenger, whatever you want to do, get on a video chat with them and start breaking down some of those barriers. Break the ice. You need to dialogue with these people. After all, you want to get along with them. The next step I highly recommend, if possible, before you do your big project, is to do a little project. Suppose that you are trying to do a short film that's going to shoot over the course of 2 weekends, 4 days, 3 nights, as was the case with me in Powers Principalities. In 2017, I had the benefit of working with my DP before we did Powers Principalities. One 12-hour shoot is all you need to decide if somebody is a good fit for you and how you work. After you've done that, you want to get a contract in place for this short film, for this video project. Perhaps you've already done that in the last project with this person. Simply get a new one going. We'll talk about that in a subsequent video. And then, after you've gotten them signed up, you're ready to start really rolling on pre-production/production with this person. I'd have all of your subcontractors out for some food. You look at the New Testament, for example, and you can see all these different instances where Jesus would go to a party, be at a party, or come from a party. I think that's telling, a blueprint perhaps for how we should be living life. Break bread with people. There's something disarming about that. If you can, Bring them all together in one place, have some food, foot the bill, talk expectations, and also ask a few more fun questions to break the ice. Things like, what's your middle name? If you could travel anywhere and money was no object, where would you go? What's your favorite comedy from the last 10 years? Start building memories with these people, because when you're on the film set, you want to be sure, A, these are people that are going to understand your style of communication, and B, be somebody that you can support then and later, long term. Play the long game. Don't look for short gains. I see this as an epidemic with my generation, this next generation that's coming into the workforce, and perhaps my son's generation if we, millennials, don't do the right thing, and that is train our children the way they should go. We want to make long-term investments in people. Never ever just fill a spot with a warm body. Value the person more than the task at hand, and I promise you, the task will follow. If you have the right people there, as Jim Collins, I believe it was, said, you want to fill people, you want to get people in the right seat on the bus. Well, assuming you've done that, going through the steps that I outlined earlier, you're asking the right questions, you're screening people, you're doing the due diligence of talking to the references and making sure they're on the up and up. If you've done all that, well, then you want to be playing the long game. You want to be building relationships with these people. I'm talking snail mail, email, video chats. Bring them out for some food. Take them to a movie if that's appropriate. You need to start thinking long term. As you are growing as a filmmaker, how are we going to tell stories of hope to billions of people if we're only playing for the short yardage? Savvy? Till next time, keep creating with the king. Hit that like button if you found this information useful, and share this video with somebody who's hiring a subcontractor.
You have 2 minutes. You need to act. That was our deal, Slugger. Come on, kid. They're holding me.